there, I'm author Sarah A. Chrisman.
And I'm Gabriel Chrisman.
And today we're discussing Neil Gaiman's Stardust. Now, this is a really good book. I first discovered this book when I was in college, and I read it for the first time then. Recently reread it so that we could do a talk about it. Mm-hmm. And I really like this book. This is basically the story. It's interesting because it ostensibly takes place in the late 19th century, but it mostly takes place in the land of fairy.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
It is a fairy tale in the classic sense, and these are not the little, not the little glittery fairies. These are like the Irish fairies. These are
the scary fairies.
The scary fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very scary fairies who you don't want to mess with. And so it's the story of a man who promises he and his sweetheart see, well, she's the woman he wants to be his sweetheart. And they see a falling star, and he promises to bring back the falling star for her. But the direction the star has fallen takes him into the land of fairy, where the fallen star is not a rock, it is a girl. Mm-hmm. She is this star personified who has fallen to earth and broken her leg. And it's the story of, it's a very Campbellian mythic story of them traveling and overcoming various evil, hostile forces.
And Neil Gaiman delights in this sort of, like a magical realism version of fantasy.
Yeah. And Neil Gaiman is really, really good at it. He's one of the best authors at it, in my opinion. Yeah, I aspire to his mastery. I may not live that long, but it's a good goal to aspire to, because he is really masterful at it. He is really good at these mythic themes. We actually got to see him in person once in Seattle years and years ago. I think I was still in college at the time. I think it was right after I had read this.
Yeah, I think so.
It was, he was speaking near the University of Washington. And I say near and not at because the biggest lecture hall at the University of Washington was not big enough to hold the audience
that they expected.
That they expected and got.
Yes.
They had to rent out a church that's just off campus. And even then, the people who didn't come early enough had to be standing in the back, shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
We got there early enough. We got seats kind of in the middle. And got to hear him speak. He is a marvelous speaker.
Very, very funny.
He's hilarious.
Very engaging.
Yeah. He speaks every bit as well as he writes. If you ever get an opportunity to see him speak, show up early and find a seat, because he is a fabulous speaker. And at one point someone asked him about the movie that had been made of this book, and he got this really serious expression on his face and said, if you ever want to see an author cry, tell them, that movie didn't look like the book you read, why didn't you stop them? And he said, if you ever want to see an author cry, ask them that. So he clearly hated the movie, with just cause, because the movie was terrible. The movie was absolute garbage of a wonderful book. It's an absolutely wonderful book.
And he used it as basically a way to explain how little power authors have over most movie adaptations.
And over a lot of things.
Yes.
Sadly.
Yes.
Sadly.
And I have read this one at some point in the past. I don't remember it very well compared to some of his others. Especially Neil Gaiman, I think of course his Sandman, graphic novels. Those are incredible. I think of American Gods. I think of Anansi Boys.
I think if I had to choose a favorite, even though I like Stardust a lot, if I had to choose a favorite Neil Gaiman, it would be American Gods.
Yes.
Because he nailed it.
And that's a really interesting one, because he really nails a lot of very sort of strange undercurrents in American culture, and just brings them up and sort of holds them up for analysis, and it's really neat how he does that in fiction.
I love that book so much. I want to do it. I want to make its own video.
Sure.
I want to
talk about it separately.
I want to do its own book talk about that one because I love it so much. So let's not reveal too much right now.
Now, this one was written for a younger audience, definitely.
Yeah, but
compared to his other books.
Well, this one was written for a younger audience than American Gods, but not as young as Coraline or The Graveyard Book or some of his more recent stuff.
Most of which I haven't read. It definitely was written for a younger audience than the Sandman series.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, Young and the Sandman series do not belong in the same sentence.
Right.
The Sandman series is for a mature audience.
Yes.
My favorite bit of the Sandman series is Dream of a Thousand Cats.
Yes.
But coming back to Stardust, again, more mature than Coraline, probably, as you said, slightly younger than American Gods or the Sandman, but very good book, and it's a very sweet, pure book, and I love it for that. So I hope you'll check it out. And remember to tell your friends about my books too. And if you like this video, give it a nice thumbs up. Happy reading!